Bulldozers and intelligence are two words you probably wouldn't expect to find in the same sentence. But it's the 21st century, and not only have those words become compatible, the loud, mighty, and robust machines we once knew as dozers have added plenty of intuitive power to their grit, making them faster, smarter, and more efficient than they've ever been. Welcome back to Constructotech. In this video, we'll explore 7 genius construction bulldozers that increase productivity, including a nibble crawler that can navigate sharp bends with ease, and a mammoth dozer that's wider than 2 highway lanes. Komatsu D39EX PX22. We set sail from Japan, the land of the rising sun and the birthplace of the Komatsu D39EX PX22. Built by one of the world's most respected heavy equipment makers, this stalwart quickly earned a reputation for being compact but surprisingly powerful. At 4.6 meters long and 2.8 meters tall, the D39EX is compact, a machine designed for narrow sites where sprawling dozers might struggle to squeeze in. But don't let its compactness fool you. This dozer's just as robust and competent as its larger relatives. Clamped under its hood is a Komatsu SAA 4D107E1 engine, enhanced with direct injection and other advanced features to ensure fuel efficiency, reliability, and compliance with the global emission standards. At peak performance, this turbocharged engine generates a net power output of 105 horsepower at 2200 RPM. That's about the same strength you'd find in a random pickup truck, except here it's powering a machine designed to tear down rock, climb slopes, and push earth with ease. Weighing in at approximately 21,000 pounds, the D39EX PX22 has a low ground pressure design, which gives it optimal stability and keeps it afloat in soft terrain. In addition, it features a hydrostatic transmission, which allows smooth and swift changes between gears. That means no jerks, no stalls, just a heavyweight dozer running the show on the construction site like it's nothing. Caterpillar D11. From the industrial heartland of Japan, we transit to the US, the earth-moving capital of the world, to explore the Caterpillar D11. Renowned as one of the most recognizable earth movers on the planet, this sprawling giant isn't built for little projects. It's designed to tackle the hardest, biggest, and heaviest work on the construction site. With over 850 horsepower generated from its C32 engine, the D11 has plenty of energy to burn, enough to push over 57 cubic yards of material in a single blade load. Yet despite all that excess supply of power and ruggedness, the Caterpillar D11 is surprisingly easy to tame and comfy to ride. And that's thanks to its advanced hydraulics and electronically controlled transmission. More importantly, it's equipped with a raft of dynamic features that reduces the workload on operators and enhances productivity. This includes multiple ripper choices, 3D capabilities for precise and cutting-edge positioning without masts, as well as automated blade assist and auto carry. Each of those are mind-blowing features that would raise the level of performance in any vehicle. But to have them all combined in a 230,000-pound bulldozer is a pure genius act. Liebherr PR776 Litronic. It's hard to draw up any list involving machines without mentioning Germany, the home of reliable and high-quality mechanical engineering products. And for that reason, we've included the Liebherr PR776 Litronic. Unveiled in 2016, this monumental creature holds the title of the world's largest hydrostatically driven dozer. Now that isn't just a stat for the Guinness Book of Records. It's a point of pride for Liebherr's engineering team and a timely reminder of Germany's long-standing engineering superiority. At first glance, the sheer size of the PR776 is enough to make you wonder how a beast that massive can move with control and precision. But don't get it twisted. Size isn't the only thing this gigantic dozer has in its locker. It's stacked with a V12 engine that delivers a staggering 768 horsepower and a 28 cubic yard blade that can scoop and shove more earth in one pass than most construction trucks. And the most genius part yet? This colossal construction machinery is fitted with an advanced and modern cabin that gives operators a panoramic view of the site and a hydrostatic drive system that ease operations even in the harshest mining and quarry terrains. Shantui SD90. While the global construction machinery industry is heavily dominated by American and Japanese companies. But with entries like the Shantui SD90, Chinese have shown that they are not far behind. This towering figure has a commanding presence. It announces its arrival from afar and intimidates other equipment on the site. And that's exactly the plan right from the onset when Shantui engineers were crafting this freak of a machine. They never imagined it as a tool for modest projects or urban job sites, because it was specifically built to handle the strain of extremely large mines, quarries, and wide-open terrains where the ground itself might need reshaping. It's the kind of dozer that laughs at obstacles smaller machines get stuck on. And that's because it's powered by a Cummins QST30 engine which generates up to 950 horsepower. That astronomical figure puts it right in the same conversation as some of the most powerful dozers on the planet, including the vigorous and mighty Caterpillar D11. At 240,000 pounds, Shantui SD90 is as heavy as a Boeing 737 jet, and its massive blade can push up to 45 cubic meters of material in one pass. That's equivalent to clearing an entire swimming pool's worth of earth with a single shove. ACCO Super Bulldozer. Manufactured in Italy by the Umberto ACCO Company, the ACCO Super Bulldozer is a legendary construction machine with insane features. It is longer than a bus, wider than 2 highway lanes, and equipped with 2 massive engines that combine for over 1,350 combined horsepower. Its blade alone measures over 7 meters wide and is capable of pushing entire hillsides in a single sweep. And at 360,000 pounds, this monstrous equipment is heavier than a blue whale. But here's where it gets interesting. You see, with those specs, the ACCO Super Bulldozer should be the heaviest and most powerful dozer in the world, and indeed, it is. But other dozers are often placed above it in terms of power and hefty, because despite its enormous capability, this monster hasn't seen a single minute of action on the site. You're probably wondering why. Well, you see, the ACCO Super Bulldozer was originally built to work on the heavy-duty land clearing projects in Libya. But then, trade embargoes and other international sanctions against the North African countries scuttled the delivery, leaving this gigantic beast helpless and docile like a tamed sheep. It's without a shadow of a doubt the biggest case of what if of the construction machinery industry. But that's not to suggest that it is useless. Since it was abandoned many decades ago, the ACCO Super Bulldozer has become a popular tourism destination for foreigners and locals. Bemel BD 475-1. Up next is the Bemel BD 475-1, a magnificent monster that's every bit as serious as it looks. That's quite important, especially in the rugged and force-filled world of bulldozers where weakness and inefficiency are considered a taboo. Though manufactured in India, a country that isn't exactly popular for its exploits in construction engineering, the Bemel BD 475-1 can successfully hold its own against other industry giants, including some that we've mentioned in this video already. For context, the BD 475-1 is powered by a 12-cylinder turbocharged Cummins QST30 engine, capable of churning out 850 horsepower at 2,000 RPM. That's enough muscle to push through stubborn rock beds and mountainous terrain without breaking stride. Tipping the scales at roughly 238,000 pounds, this bulldozer weighs about the same as 18 African elephants, and its king-size blade can excavate up to 27 cubic meters of earth material in one scoop. Despite its intimidating stature and ruggedness, the BD 475-1 is quite easy to tame. That's because it's stacked with advanced hydraulics, operator-friendly controls, and a host of other intelligent amenities that make every shift feel like a breeze. John Deere 1050K. Finally, we've got the John Deere 1050K, America's homegrown powerhouse and the largest earth mover in Deere's daunting lineup of construction dozers. Introduced in the mid-2010s, this dynamo came into the construction machinery space with a point to prove, given the obvious dominance of long-term players like Caterpillar and Komatsu. But over the years, it proved itself not only a worthy competitor, but a reliable and smart dozer that delivers efficient and unbridled power on job sites. Powered by a 13.5-liter diesel, the Deere 1050K throbs out 350 horsepower and 1,162 pound-feet of torque at 1,800 RPM. When it's on the move, the John Deere 1050K bears all of its 95,000 pounds weight on the ground. The thundering sound of its steel tracks broadcast its arrival from meters away, and strikes fear into the spines of the obstacles ahead. But that's not all. Its 13-foot wide blade is capable of hauling more than 22 cubic yards of material at a time, and it's endowed with a dual-path hydrostatic transmission, which allows operators to control each track independently. The steering and speed functions are controlled with an intuitive joystick and a small thumb switch. And on top of it all, its airy cabin is outfitted with several intuitive controls and luxury amenities that would make any operator feel at home. Now tell me, if you had the keys to all of these dozers, which one would you fire up first? Let me know in the comments, and while you're at it, don't forget to crush the like button and explore the channel for more interesting videos like this one.